Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Customs Duty, brought to you by the Nigeria Customs Service. In our package this week, Nigeria Customs Service officially launches one-stop shop, commits to faster clearance processes, efficient dispute resolution. Reinforcing investor confidence, Nigeria Customs Service engages American Business Council, strengthens trade ties between Nigeria and the United States. We'll also bring you other reports. I am Tosi Obiakeme. To stay with us.
The Nigeria Customs Service uses this medium to inform the public of the significant revenue and trade facilitation milestone achieved under the Authorized Economic Operator AEO program, with revenue increasing from 1.222 trillion naira before certification to 1.585 trillion naira after certification, reflecting a growth of 362.79 billion naira, 29.68% for the 51 AEO certified entities as at 27th October 2025. The program also contributed 21.77% to NCS's total revenue collection of 7.281 trillion naira in 2025, while customs duties paid rose by 85.66% due to enhanced compliance and increased volumes of legitimate trade. According to AEO Monitoring and Evaluation (M&E) report, the program achieved an average compliance rate of 85.45%, with the highest at 100% and the lowest at 60%. The evaluation applied rigorous methodologies to ensure objectivity, transparency, and alignment with the World Customs Organization (WCO) Safe Framework of Standards and the provision of the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023. In the area of trade facilitation, AEO participation has reduced average cargo clearance time from 168 hours to 41 hours, representing a 75.60% time saving. Company operating costs have declined by 57.2%, while demurrage payments have dropped by 90%, limiting capital flights to foreign-owned port service providers and strengthening foreign exchange retention. Overall trade efficiency has improved by 77.11% through digitalization, simplified procedures, and targeted risk management. Consequently, the service commends Coleman Technicals Industries Limited, Wakot Rice Limited, Romson Oil Field Services Limited, Wakot Limited, Chief Farms Limited, Cormart Nigeria Limited, PZ Cousins Nigeria PLC, Nigerian Bottling Company Limited, and MTN Nigeria Communications PLC for a cumulative voluntary remittance of over 1 billion naira into the Federation account, following their self-initiated transaction review and disclosure. These actions reflect the strengthening of post-clearance audit mechanisms and a growing culture of voluntary compliance within the trading community. Notwithstanding these gains, the service has identified a compliance breach involving a recently certified AEO company that has engaged in false declaration of consignments, contrary to program obligations. As a result, the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, PhD, MFR, has directed the immediate suspension of the company's AEO status in accordance with the AEO guidelines, the WCO Safe Framework of Standards, and Section 112 of the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023. The service reiterates that the AEO program is funded on trust, transparency, and continuous compliance, while compliant operators will continue to benefit from expedited clearance and reduced inspection. Appropriate sanctions will be applied where violations are established. The service remains resolute in safeguarding national revenue, facilitating legitimate trade, and preserving the integrity and global credibility of Nigeria's AEO framework.
The Nigeria economic climate is indeed fertile for investment, and businesses thrive while in business in the giants of Africa. This notwithstanding, continuous improvement further reassures existing and would-be investors. To this end, the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, alongside other senior customs officers, executives of American companies and key industry stakeholders converge with the view to further improving Nigeria's investment climate as they deliberate on trade facilitation, dispute resolution, regulatory reforms, and policy strategies. In her presentation, Deputy Comptroller General, Tariff and Trade outlined some trade facilitation initiatives undertaken by the Nigeria Customs Service.
These trade facilitation initiatives are the Authorized Economic Operator Program, an initiative of the World Customs Organization's Safe Framework of Standards. And this program is designed to reward compliant and trusted traders with special benefits such as expedited clearance, reduced inspections, and prioritized treatment. Have a robust dispute resolution framework. There's an existing committee established to review and resolve disputes within 24 hours. Our newest initiative is the one-stop shop. It is a centralized operational framework within Nigeria Customs Service. It has been implemented to optimize interventions on non-compliant or flag declarations.
While speaking with members of the media after deliberations, the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, considers the American Business Council a dependable ally, even in disputes resolution.
I look at a particular case. We've had a long-running dispute in terms of classification with a member of this council. And it was in one of these forums that we had that we set in motion the machinery to address that issue. It has lingered for 7 years, and we just recently resolved it. So in terms of addressing specific issues, in terms of addressing very general issues, we have found our partnership with American Business Council very rewarding.
Bashir Adeni intimates on the key decision taken at the engagement.
We've taken a good look at our internal processes, and we saw a number of overlaps, a number of repetition in our process. So we therefore decided that for any disputes, we are going to have a unified system comprising everybody sitting on the table. We put the issue before that particular structure that we have created, and it is resolved once and for all. So it's also going to be something like a game changer for us in terms of helping to reduce the costs that stakeholders will have spent when they are managing disputes with Nigeria Customs Service. So the launching is coming up, and we expect that our stakeholders will also be part of it.
The Executive Secretary of the American Business Council, Margaret Olili, gives her impression of the engagement with the Nigeria Customs Service.
We're seeing things happening and positive outcomes, and we're hopeful that these kinds of conversations would lead to even more positive outcomes. Helps build trust between the business community and the government stakeholders, and helps with economic growth.
This engagement is the second in the series of engagements between the Nigeria Customs Service and the American Business Council. That the visit of Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, to Kebbi State has yielded positive results in a statement of fact. As part of his working visit to the state, Bashir Adeni has paid homage to the Emir of Gundu, His Royal Highness Muhammadu Bashir, demonstrating the Nigeria Customs Service's resolve to deepen collaboration with traditional institutions in strengthening border security, community engagement, and national development. He shares this good news.
About 1 year, we have been working with our colleagues from the Customs Administration of Benin Republic and Niger Republic to ensure that we bring economic prosperity to Gwandu Emirates and to Kebbi State. And Alhamdulillah, we have now gotten approval that the border that has been closed in Samia, Segbana, would be reopened for transit of goods, so that it will create jobs and it will bring peace and development to this part of the country. This is why we are here, Your Royal Highness.
Bashir Adeni is assured of continued support from the Emirate Council to the Nigeria Customs Service and other security agencies operating within the state. The monarch has also urged residents of border communities to remain law-abiding and cooperate with authorities by providing timely information to help tackle smuggling and related criminal activities. While meeting with other stakeholders, the Comptroller General of Customs passes the message of reopening of the Samia border and commitment of Nigeria, Niger, and Benin to the success of the transit passage, but outlines shared commitments.
I need us to know that there are a number of obligations on the part of government. For the customs, we will be working with our colleagues from Benin and Niger to establish system interconnectivity between us. So we will invest in information ICT so that declarations will be easier, the infrastructure to provide it will be made available to our stakeholders. For you, the commitment we are going to extract is to stay on the right side of the law. The commitment that there will be 100% compliance. The commitment that goods on transit would not be diverted to places that they were not meant to go. On the part of government also, there will also be need for us to develop that corridor, the border communities, so that they will have a sense of belonging, so that the economic prosperity that we're passing through those places will also have impact.
We have word of solidarity from Benin Customs.
We and the stakeholders and the traders, we are partners. And the customs, you have to consider them that your partners who are there to help you to facilitate your trade and never to block your trade. And that is very clear for us, and it's why we come here with our colleagues to be side of them, to express our gratitude and to express our solidarity with them. And we think that the border of Samia will be open very soon and will connect again our countries.
At the Kebbi command of the Nigeria Customs Service, Bashir Adini re-echoes the need for continuous commitment by officers.
I don't want the message to be lost on us, and that is the fact that the country will still continue to rely on us to play our role of securing our borders. They will still be dependent on us to generate revenue for government. We will still be called upon to facilitate trade. These mandates are in our law. That's what we sign up to do. Any customs officer in uniform, come rain, come sunshine, that is what we are expected to do.
The Comptroller General of Customs uses the period of the working visit to tour some ongoing projects at the Kebbi Command, commission a five-a-side football pitch, and join officers in a friendly football match at the newly commissioned pitch. Successes that accompany the Nigeria Customs Service's innovative solutions, which seek to eliminate barriers to trade, enhance the economy, and strengthen the nation's security, among others, are numerous, but the service stops at nothing to ensure sustained improvement. Hence, stakeholders in the international trade value chain, as well as officers of the Nigeria Customs Service, converge as the service attains another milestone.
Today, the Nigeria Customs Service is introducing the one-stop shop digital platform, an innovative system designed to consolidate all risk interventions at the port into a single electronic interface, with the objective of streamlining multiple checks under one digital umbrella. In line with the WCO Safe Framework of Standards, which requires customs to consider stakeholders' valid concerns, we have listened to your feedbacks and recognized how multiple checkpoints and risk interventions affect business costs.
The Comptroller General's keynote address is presented by Deputy Comptroller General tinubu.
The One-Stop Shop initiative pursues clear and measurable operational and economic outcomes. It reduces clearance time by eliminating duplicated reviews and sequential inspections, supporting a 48-hour clearance target, and improving significantly on historical dwell times. It lowers compliance costs by minimizing physical interfaces and discretionary interventions. It strengthens revenue assurance through improved profiling, intelligence integration, and coordinated enforcement. It enhances transparency through digital audit trails and systematic performance monitoring. It aligns post-clearance controls with international best practice by assigning such interventions primarily to the post-clearance audit unit, thereby reinforcing consistency, accountability, and regulatory discipline across the clearance circle.
He emphasizes the commitment of the service to achieving sustainable successes and facilitating legitimate trade. The reason is not far-fetched.
Over time, risk intervention at the declaration processing stage evolved into a fragmented structure in which valuation, enforcement, intelligence, compliance, and processing units operated largely in isolation with limited coordination and unclear accountability. This arrangement produced multiple checkpoints, sequential reviews, and repeated documentation requests, creating avoidable delays and administrative burden for traders. Operational assessments and internal reviews have shown that these inefficiencies were driven more by systemic gaps than by inspection performance, while OSS implementation studies further indicate that frequent post-release interventions, sometimes outside port environments, added to uncertainty and compliance costs. These cumulative challenges underscored the need for a comprehensive structural solution rather than piecemeal adjustments.
We bring to the fore stakeholders' perspective on the introduction of the One-Stop Shop digital platform.
I applaud the Nigerian Customs Service for creating this open forum where every voice can be heard and practical solutions can be co-created. This spirit of collaboration and transparency is the foundation for building trust, driving meaningful reforms, and fueling our nation's economic growth and global competitiveness.
NAGAF is fully committed to the success of this engagement and subsequently implementation of our resolution. Long live NAGAF, long live Nigerian Customs Service, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We consider this engagement a positive demonstration of institutional openness and commitment to collaborative reform. The concept of a one-stop shop represents more than administrative coordination. It symbolizes a shared aspiration to improve trade efficiency, strengthen compliance, and enhance Nigerian competitiveness within the evolving AfCFTA landscape.
The interactive session, which forms part of the engagement, has also provided clarifications on operational procedures and expectations for the one-stop shop rollout. Port Harcourt Area 1 Command holds first parade of the year 2026, bringing together officers and men from various units and formations under the command. The parade serves as a strategic platform to formally commence operational activities for the year, while also reinforcing institutional standards and what are expected of officers. The Customs Area Controller uses the medium to present awards of recognition to some officers for their diligence, dedication, and exemplary commitment to duty. She makes a statement by the awards and recognition.
Service is not only about enforcement or revenue generation, it's also about discipline,
time consciousness, and professional appearance. By recognizing officers in the area, we are reinforcing complete standard of performance. This initiative mirrors the example set by the Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, during the International Customs Day celebration, as well as Controller General of Customs Annual Conference, where deserving officers were honored nationally. At Port Harcourt Area 1 Command, we are localizing that vision, ensure that diligence and dedication are visibly rewarded.
Comptroller Atuluku shares what she envisages as the long-term impact of such recognition.
By rewarding excellence intervention, terminal operation, punctuality, and professional appearance, we are reinforcing the standard that shape the reputation of the command and the service at large. When these qualities are publicly acknowledged, officers understand that their daily conduct directly impacts the image and credibility of Nigerian Customs Service. That awareness motivates them to raise their standards. The long-term impact is cultural transformation. We are institutionalizing a reward system that promotes accountability, discipline, and pride in service. Officers will understand that every effort counts and that excellence will never go unnoticed.
Reaffirming its commitment to securing the nation's eastern waterways, which is its area of coverage, the Eastern Marine Command has recorded tremendous success. Customs Area Controller of the Command, Comptroller Anderson Jaja, briefs members of the media that the command has, within the past 3 months, intercepted items which include 62 bales of used clothing, 190 pieces of used tires, scrap metals, chemicals, and 2 flying boats, among others.
Let it be a clear and direct message to smugglers, those whose legitimate business is to do what is illegitimate. We will stop you. We will come after you. We will fish you out and will bring your instinct of doing illegal things to zero and will take you out of business. That will speak and will mean it and will stand by you.
Comptroller Jaja emphasizes,
we are only committed to supporting legitimate traders and legitimate routes. So if any person wants to come and use the Eastern Marine, our waterways to carry out illicit activities, it will not work.
The Customs Area Controller commends the Nigeria Customs Service management while acknowledging operational support, particularly the recent provision of additional patrol boats, which have significantly boosted the command's capacity.
And this brings us to the end of this week's episode of the program. For more information, you can always follow us on our social media handles now being displayed on your screen. You could also visit our website at www.customs.gov.ng for more updates about the service. Strive to be a patriotic citizen, a compliant trader, avoid smuggling, and always pay the correct duty to make Nigeria a more prosperous nation. Join us again same time next week. I am Tosi Obiakeme. Thank you for watching.